Hey, good Tuesday to you. We've got a couple of systems to get through here as we get closer to Thanksgiving. First of which today, going to bring a period of some rain about 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Moving on through. Temperatures struggle to get to around 50 today in a lot of spots. Tonight we clear things out. Tomorrow is fine for any travel plans that you have. But come Thanksgiving on Thursday, there is going to be rain moving in first thing in the morning and some snow north and west of 495. And with elevation, we may see a little accumulation with that. And if you are traveling north, central, and northern New England, there will be some snow on Thanksgiving Day. Otherwise, a cold rain that doesn't taper off till Thursday night, looking like a wet one this year.
And a good Tuesday to you. Look at this. We've got storms out west and some storminess here in the east just 2 days away from Thanksgiving. And this is certainly going to impact any holiday travel plans that you have. Today, it's primarily rain coming through mid to late morning through about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and then it moves out, setting us up for a dry day on Wednesday across the Northeast that looks good for any travel plans that you have. Unfortunately, that energy and moisture out west today will be here on Thanksgiving Day, and it is going to bring rain, a cold rain, to a lot of southern New England. But as you go north and west of 495, particularly with elevation, we are going to get into some snow. And look, we could be talking about several inches of snow as you go into central and northern New England, particularly in the mountains. And this is going to impact travel. In terms of rain today, it looks like around 1/4 of an inch, a little less to the south, perhaps just a touch more as you go north of Route 2 and out into western Massachusetts. This is all kind of coming in this morning. And the northern edge of this, it's cold enough for a little bit of freezing rain, which is making for some slick travel across central and parts of northern New England this morning. Here in southern New England, you can see that rain is coming on in, but the temperatures are still running pretty close to the freezing mark through about 10 o'clock this morning. I would say use some caution here near that Route 2 corridor and up into southern New Hampshire. We could find some areas of freezing rain, and even just some spotty light freezing rain can make things pretty slippery, so watch out for that. Temperatures will then climb to around and just over 40 degrees this afternoon out in this area. Otherwise, quite a bit warmer to the south. In fact, low to mid 50s here in southeasternmost Massachusetts. But the rain coming through the Boston area, I would say after 10 a.m. to about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Thereafter, it is gone, and we're dying and clearing things out quickly this evening. So here is the timing for you on Futurecast. 9 o'clock this morning, you can see that rain is moving on in, watching out for that little bit of icing to the north. And then rain is around for your lunch hour today. Midday hours are wet. And then during the evening commute, the rain is moving out. Skies are clearing. So we're going to keep those skies clear tonight. No issues in the overnight hours. Temperatures will drop, though, down into the 30s. Few of our coldest spots could be in the upper 20s. And tomorrow is a dry day. Looks mostly sunny. Will be a little bit breezy out of the west, but temperatures either side of 50 degrees tomorrow. Again, great weather for traveling as high pressure gives us a nice dry day in the Northeast. But come tomorrow night and Thursday, here comes that storm coming out of the Midwest and right on into the Northeast. It is looking wet from the mid-Atlantic states all the way up into New England. And as you go north on the northwest side of this area of low pressure, just enough cold air that we are talking about some snow. So in terms of the timing here, here's your Wednesday into Wednesday night. It's dry, but by Thursday morning, Thanksgiving at 8 a.m., rain and snow are already moving on in, and these are going to stick with us throughout the day. It is a cold rain, temperatures in the 40s. And then as you go north and west of 495, notice the area of snow, and this is going to persist on into the evening hours. So if you are around and over 1,000 feet, you may see a little accumulation out of this, and you can see that snow is continuing up across central and northern New England. All of this is going to kick out Thursday night. So sloppy weather for Thanksgiving Day, looking wet for the football games, looking wet for the turkey trots. But if you are north and west of 495, this is where the snow may accumulate. Now, if you are in southern Worcester County here, close to that 495 up into Middlesex County, I wouldn't expect much more than a coating to under an inch. But closer to the Worcester area, we may squeak out an inch, particularly with elevation. And as you go north into the northern Worcester Hills, out along that Route 2 corridor, 1 to 3 inches of snow is possible, but you really have to go north of there up into southwest New Hampshire and back toward the Berkshires to find anything more than 3 inches of snow, and there will be that as you go up into central and northern New England. Following this storm, look at what is coming, a shot of cold air that is going to be with us not only this weekend, but into next week. So December starting out on the cold side with temperatures running only in the upper 30s. That is a good 10 degrees below average for this time of year, but drying out, though, the rest of your holiday weekend. All right, let's talk about what's going on, because you can see there is some storminess out west. That's eventually coming here. The wet weather that we are dealing with now, at least that is on the way out. But it's this area right here back toward the Rockies that's going to shift into the Midwest tomorrow. So you can see tomorrow by 8 p.m., here's our storm really starting to come together. It's still a good distance from us, so up and down the eastern seaboard tomorrow is fine. But then tomorrow night, this comes here, and by Thanksgiving morning, right around sunrise, it is coming in. Wet weather from the mid-Atlantic up into New England. That means the parades that are planned, the Macy's Day Parade in New York looks wet. Yeah, and we are going to have wet weather here with snow across parts of northern New England. So this is certainly going to impact your travel plans come Thanksgiving. So the rain that is out there now, it's going to taper off between 3 and 5 p.m. We'll clear it out tonight. Tomorrow looks fine. It's good for travel. It is just that rain and snow that we are going to contend with here on Thanksgiving Day. And the bulk of the accumulation really is going to be up in the mountains. Higher terrain is going to make a big difference with this storm system. The ocean is still quite warm. There isn't a lot of cold air in place, but nonetheless, it's going to be some good snow for ski country. And locally, the Berkshires and the northern Worcester Hills may get a little accumulation as well. First off, we've had a little rain today. You can see amounts have been under 1/4 of an inch. A lot of us under 1/10 of an inch, but we're not done just yet. There has been a little bit of icing with this, with some freezing rain across parts of central and northern New England. There's been some incidents on the roads up that way. A lot of that is starting to wane now because the temperatures are coming up across southern New Hampshire and the Route 2 corridor, and the precipitation is very light, but light rain does continue. And you can see it's just getting onto the Cape right now. The back edge, though, from Springfield to Hartford, so this isn't going to stick around long. That's why I say in the next 3 to 4 hours, this is going to be shifting on out. It's just 37 in Worcester, 34 in Jaffrey, and then look how much milder it is down near the south coast. We're running in the lower 50s right now. Temperatures don't change a whole lot this afternoon. We will struggle to just barely get over to 40 degrees here near and north of that Route 2 corridor. But the rain comes to an end, so by 5 p.m. in Boston, it's gone, and then we're clearing out those skies tonight. So there goes the rain. The clouds scoot out as well. So the skies, they actually become mostly clear tonight. It is going to be chilly. We're in the upper 20s and mid 30s tonight. Tomorrow again looks fine, mostly sunny, a little breezy with that westerly wind 10 to 15. Temperatures either side of 50 degrees. So that's why I say tomorrow's a good day to get out there, even if you're not traveling, just to do some errands. The weather looks great. Then we go from tomorrow night into Thanksgiving morning, and right around sunrise, look, rain is starting to come in, and to the north and west, it's cold enough for snow right at the onset with this, and the temperatures don't change too much. We're going to have this kind of raw easterly wind driving in that warmer ocean air, keeping the temperatures warm enough for rain all the way back to 495, but that rain is with us all day long. So that means anything you've got planned outdoors, turkey trots, those high school football games, they are going to be wet. And north and west of 495, it is cold enough for snow, particularly in the higher elevations. And then as the storm starts to pull away, you can see there it is basically right over Cape Cod on Thursday evening, Thanksgiving evening. The wind starts shifting around to the north and the northwest, and that may pull in cold enough air that we may try to see a quick flip to snow briefly. Even a little closer to Boston, it won't amount to anything. So in terms of accumulation, a coating to maybe an inch, 495 back into the Worcester area. You get up closer to Route 2, it's 1 to 3 inches possible, especially in the higher elevations. And then you go north of there, the Monadnock region, and back into the Berkshires, and that's where we could see 3 to 6 inches of snow. So obviously that is going to have some impacts on your travels. We're clearing it out Friday, and the rest of the holiday weekend looks dry, but look at those temperatures, upper 30s Sunday into Monday. Yeah, that is a shot of cold air. In fact, temperatures close to 10 degrees below average, and it does look like that cold is going to stick around into next week. So December getting off to a